What if you were born to lead? Indidente evenanoid. Have you ever wondered if you're secretly destined to be the one who steps up, takes charge, and inspires everyone around you to follow? Not the loud, chest-thumping kind of leader, but the kind who quietly shifts the room's energy, makes tough calls, and somehow gets people to listen without even trying. What if you've been a natural-born leader this whole time, but you're too busy doubting yourself to notice? Let us dive into this wild thought experiment with the curiosity of a kid chasing a laser pointer and the skepticism of a scientist who just found leadership listed as an ingredient on their cereal box. Imagine a regular Tuesday. You're at work, sipping lukewarm coffee, when a crisis hits. The project's tanking, your boss is panicking, and everyone's arguing over who forgot to email the client. Without thinking, you step in, calm the chaos, assign tasks, and crack a joke that gets everyone breathing again. Later, your coworker says, "Wow, you really took charge there." You shrug it off, thinking, "Me? A leader? Nah, I'm just the guy who can't find his stapler half the time." But what if that moment wasn't a fluke? What if you're wired to lead, and the universe has been dropping hints you keep missing? Here is the absurd hypothesis. You read not just the leader you re, a born leader, coded into your DNA like a cosmic job description you never applied for. Somewhere in the universe's HR department, a glitch stamped alpha on your soul. But you've been too busy binge-watching Sifa or untangling your earbuds to notice. This isn't about being the loudest or the strongest. It's about having an innate knack for guiding people, solving problems, and thriving when the stakes are high. Let's unpack this with some science, psychology, and a generous splash of ridiculousness. Let's start with biology. Leadership traits often tie back to evolutionary survival. Our ancestors needed people who could rally the tribe, whether to hunt a mammoth or fend off rival cubs. Studies in behavioral genetics suggest traits like confidence, decisiveness, and empathy, key ingredients of leadership, have a heritable component. Maybe your great-grand cave person was the one who convinced everyone to try fire instead of raw mamathushi. Your brain's wiring, with its mix of dopamine-driven boldness and serotonin-soothed, might be optimized for leading under pressure. That time you organize a last-minute birthday party or talked your friend out of a bad decision. That's your inner caveman saying, "Follow me, I've got this." Now, let's add some psychology. Social psychologists talk about emergent leadership. When someone naturally steps up in a group, not because they're appointed, but because people just listen. It's not about titles or muscles. It's about presence. Maybe you'll be the one who always knows when to speak up, or when to let others shine. You might have high emotional intelligence, reading people's moods like a human weather app. Studies show leaders often score high on EQ, sensing when to push, when to comfort, or when to crack a terrible pun to break the tension. You dante fila calida, because you're not strutting around like a peacock. But the este point. Real leaders don't need a spalete, just get stuff done. Let's sprinkle in some game theory. Leadership is like a high-stakes board game where everyone's playing for their own interests. A good leader aligns those interests, turning a group of selfish players into a team. Say you're at a group dinner, and everyone's arguing over pizza toppings. You suggest splitting the order half pepperoni, half veggie, and suddenly, everyone's happy. That is game theory in action. You solved a coordination problem without anyone realizing you just led them. Your flaw of hating conflict. It's actually a strength, making you a diplomat who can herd cats without them hissing. But here is where it gets wild. What if you're re-leading without knowing it because the universe is hiding your powers? Imagine a cosmic prank where your leadership aura is cloaked, like a superhero who doesn't know they can fly. You're influencing people. Dali, your friend takes your advice. Your coworker mimics your work ethic. Strangers trust your direction spot. You think it's just luck? Let's test this. Think of a time someone looked to you for guidance, even something small, like picking a movie or fixing a jammed printer. That's not random. They sensed your inner alpha, the one you keep dismissing as just being helpful. Scale this up to absurd levels. If you're a born leader, what happens if you lean into it? You start a book club, and it accidentally becomes a global movement. You suggest a new workflow at the office, and it revolutionizes the company. You post a random idea on X, and it sparks a cultural phenomenon. The world bends to your quiet charisma, and soon, you're accidentally running a utopian society where everyone's happy, productive, and eating perfectly balanced pizza. But chaos theory warns us. Leadership ripples. Your influence could inspire others or make them jealous. One wrong move, and your utopia turns into a reality show with pitchforks. Let's talk downsides. If you're a board leader, why don't they? You feel it. Maybe it's imposter syndrome, that pesky psychological gremlin whispering, "You're not special." Studies show 70% of people feel like frauds at some point, especially or maybe you're avoiding leadership because it's exhausting. Leading means taking responsibility when the project fails, the pizza's cold, or the utopia collapses. All eyes are on you. Plus, if everyone's a born leader, society could turn into a shouting match of egos, like a reality TV show where everyone's the main character. Balance is key. Your leadership shines brightest when it's subtle, not a sledgehammer. Now, let's get ridiculous. What if your leadership destiny is so powerful, it rewrites reality? You're not just leading teams, you're leading time. Your confidence bends physics, letting you pause moments to make better decisions. Your empathy rewires history, turning wars into peace talks because you convinced everyone to chill. Expos go viral with #BornToLead, and historians discover every great figure Joan of Arc. Lincoln, the guy who invented the wheel, was just someone who didn't know they were leading until it was too late. Your flaw of self-doubt, it's actually your secret weapon, keeping you humble while you accidentally save the world. But there's a catch. If you embrace your leadership too hard, you might lose yourself. Overconfident leaders crash and burn. Think Icarus with a PowerPoint presentation. And if you ignore your gift, you're wasting potential, like a superhero who never opens their Vision manual. The psychological toll could be heavy. Constantly stepping up means carrying others' burdens, and not everyone will thank you. Some will resent you. Others will lean on you until you're emotionally drained. Leadership isn't a crown, it's a backpack full of rocks you carry with a smile. Zoom out to the big picture. If everyone's a born leader, society transforms. Hierarchies flatten as people naturally step up. Schools teach Unconscious Leadership 101, training kids to recognize their inner alpha. Economies shift as startups explode, led by quiet visionaries who just wanted to fix a printer. X becomes a battleground of ideas, with #leadership glitch trending, as people debate whether anyone chooses to lead or if it's just fate. But chaos theory bites. Too many leaders could mean no followers, and society grinds to a halt like a band with 5 drummers. So, what's the explosive conclusion? You were born to lead, and you've been doing it all along without a cape, a corner office, or a clue. That time you rallied your friends, solved a crisis, or just made someone feel heard. That was your inner alpha, shining through the cracks of your self-doubt. The universe didn't hide your gift. It's been screaming, "You're the one," while you were busy looking for your stapler. Don't wait for a title or permission. Lead where you stand, whether it's a boardroom, a pizza order, or a revolution. You're not just a leader. You're the spark the world didn't see coming. So step up, smile, and let the universe follow.